he did anything particularly great. It's just because he wasn't black. And so she
Mm,
wanted to be like, man, like black women don't really like black men like that.
mm.
Because in reality, we really aren't doing that much better than black men when it comes to going to college.
My interest in dating another black man is like 1% at this point.
A lot of black women
Mm.
don't believe that these brothers can lead.
Wow.
56% of black women 35 and under are underemployed.
Video of a black woman who openly admitted, that she had different standards for black men than she did men outside of her race. Specifically, she went on to share that although she had a black man who treated her nice, was very kind to her, did all kind of different things, she just wasn't really feeling him. But when she got with a Latino man, she went just bend over backwards to do things for him. And it wasn't because he did anything particularly great. It's just because he wasn't black. And so she
Mm.
wanted to be like, man, like black women don't really like black men like that. And she was kind of joking about it. But the thing about it is,
She was
she
serious.
said out loud what I believe a lot of ladies feel internally. I'm not saying everybody, but because I do believe there is still sometimes some internalized self-hatred that goes on, particularly in the Black American community, this is why I think there are times where that disrespect that we can see amongst each other permeates in the way it comes out in relationships, the way it comes out in families. And as a married black woman, I really feel like I'm starting to see more and more how much of culture and society does not create a healthy environment for just marriage and
Mm.
black love in particular to thrive, because we already have a culture that really nurtures a lot of this self-hating ideas and rhetorics about, black women, and then black women sometimes too also. It's like they can really internalize these self-hating ideas about their own men, and we don't say it, but it's just the little things, wanting a lighter skinned baby, wanting a baby with good hair, going online and always associating like wealth and class and position and all this stuff with like white men or non-black men, like just all this programming that's been going on for decades. And we bring all that stuff sometimes into relationships, into marriage. And I feel like I've literally seen black women treat their own men a particular way, and then fast forward and then give other people of other races better behavior. And sometimes this is not even in romantic. Sometimes
Guys have
just
known
like
that.
black folks, we don't even know how to treat each other in business. Sometimes we treat, we work really hard when it comes to wanting to work for other people, wanting to work for white society, but comes to black owned business, then we don't want to pay them right, or we don't want to support them, or we have all kind of negative things to say. Like, I just feel like even in general, sometimes black folks just don't even treat each other that well. Like, we're so quick and fast to want to treat other people better and to want to trust other people more than we trust even who we are ourselves. And that definitely comes out not only in relationships, but it can come out in the way that, men and women interact in relationships. And so, when I saw the post that I did and I asked black men, like, okay, are y'all seeing different standards, right? And then you had this black woman come out who admitted, I did a whole review on my YouTube, and she was just like, yeah, black women don't really like black men like that. And of course she was talking about herself. I'm not saying this to everybody, but I'm just saying, like, what she said out loud are things that some ladies, I think, really internalize. And the great news, I think, about having social media and having these platforms is that we can actually finally start to address things that have been hidden in the dark for quite some time, or things that people have maybe just trying to push under the rug. It's like, if there's still some internalized self-hatred going on, if there's some still like, white ice is colder mentality going on, that's going to impact the way you treat yourself, the way you treat, your own men and your own community. And then at a certain point too, like, if you're bringing negative energy, if you're bringing like super hyper masculine energy to black men, but you're acting more feminine or more cordial to men of other races, then you can't look at black men and be like, oh well, all y'all are dusties, you don't treat me right, da 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 da. It's like you're not even giving them a fair shot. You're showing up as two different people, and that could actually impact the way you interact in dating and relationships and all that. But that's a whole other conversation. But yeah, that's just something that I noticed.
And what she's saying, men have been noticed. Think about it. If she goes to work Because men know they do that and treat their boss how they're supposed to treat me. Like, yes, sir. No, sir. Treat me like that. But then you want me to lay it down. Yes, be submissive to me. Yes, sir. No, sir. No, daddy. Talk like that, right? Give it all to me. Just because I'm black, you have in your mind, oh, that knocker. I'm not doing anything for that knocker. And see, that white man, he gives me everything just because he said hello. Just because he is nice. For no reason. Like, picture. This is what they gotta realize. Men cannot play that game anymore. Hey, how you doing? Oh, see, you said hi. Like, so you know what men have done? Gracefully. Bow wow.
Sayonara. Goodbye.
Yes, that's what we're doing. Not all. Some guys haven't came to decide yet. They haven't came to decide. They haven't saw how it is. Anyway, let's get to the next one.
The issue with authority and rebel against authority when it's a black man. You want to know how I know? Because when you go to that job and your boss tells you to do something, you're going to do it without no problem. You probably employee of the year when you're at that job. You don't have an issue when it's the white man telling you what to do. But when it's the black man, your black man, my choice! My choice! The one you chose, the one you laid down with, the one you married, had kids with, you have an issue with him leading and taking charge. See, me, knowing what I know, I understand it's systematic. It goes back to Willie Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
So we as black women, we were taught that the black man is incapable of leading. We were taught that we didn't need a man. But it's 2024. I think it's time that we change that mindset. Because I understand that most black men did not have a proper example of a father figure, of a man leading the household growing up. So they're really just trying to find their way, just like the rest of us. But if you have a trying man, give that man some grace.
Degrees than black men is like 4 degrees than black men is like virtue signaling, because I feel like the whole conversation surrounding black women having more degrees than black men is like virtue signaling, because in reality we really aren't doing that much better than black men when it comes to going to college. Okay, so what? More of us have college degrees, but 52% of us are underemployed. So what difference does it make? And it's like, oh, you want a pat on the back for having a degree and being $80,000 in debt and not having a job or the income to show for it?
Lazy.
Like, I just don't see the purpose of that. It's like, oh, okay, you went to college, but being college educated doesn't mean being educated. It's not the same thing. So it's like, really, what was the purpose? You knew we went to college to get jobs and make money. So if it's not doing that purpose, then it's really nothing to brag about. At the end of the day, we're all being systemically oppressed, right? The system is whooping our fucking ass. So who, if women are going to college and we're not getting what we're deserving from it, why are we continuing to push that in the community? 52% of black women are underemployed, which means that they are in jobs that do not require college degrees. Wow. 56% of black women 35 and under are underemployed.
I wonder why.
So it's like we are the highest group of underemployed women with college degrees. There are, and I'm so sick of this conversation, because no matter what job I work at, I am always the most college educated person in the building. At my last job, my manager ain't never had no college, ain't even been in no college room. I don't even know if that man had a high school diploma. All of the co-managers or whatever bitches look like she. My last job before that, I worked for a pedophile, and now he's the GM of the restaurant. Black, it does not matter. Like, they lied to us profusely.
They have.
Profusely.
They
When
have.
they told us that
Get the
we
college
would be
degree.
better off if we had a college education. That was them lying to our face so that they
Get your
could
money.
feel better about it and justify
Get your money.
mistreating us, when in reality they never had any, what do you call it? They never
It was a money grab. I know what she's trying to say, but it was a money grab. It wasn't just for black women, it was for everybody. But the ones that are smart know they get a degree in fields that are going to pay. Black women, you're getting degrees in nonsense. Doesn't make sense. But let me.
They never were going to hire us. That was never what they intended to do. They had no intentions of hiring us. We're still underemployed. So I'm just so sick of the whole conversation. In reality, I'm so tired of doing whatever the system wants me to do and pretending like I'm getting results. I've done everything I was supposed to do. I have a high school diploma, a bachelor's degree, and a master's degree. I have skills that turn over in every way possible, and it has never gotten me into the room. Stop acting like it's college degrees that's getting our white and Asian counterparts ahead of us. It's not. It's not. All right? They have access to networks. Y'all, people be like, oh, Asian people are so at the end of the day, the Asian people here in America, they are coming from really rich, successful families. Y'all forget that Asia is a rich continent. There are billionaires, trillionaires in Asia. Asia makes just as much money. They're the second wealthiest group other than white people. So it's like none of these groups are making it because they're smart. And I'm not saying that these groups aren't smart, but that's not why they're making it. They're making it because they already have these connections. They know the people. It has nothing to do with college education. I'm over it.
You heard the rant. You heard the rant, and a lot of guys know that. I know that. I told my story a bunch of times. I'm not going to say it again, but I didn't get a college degree, and I made it just fine. I did very well for myself. You ladies ought to be ashamed of yourself. Seriously. Because you're shaming men for it. Don't get me wrong. Shout out to the brothers that made it, that got college degrees, made it happen. Shouts out to you. You did your due diligence. You did your thing, but guys are still winning without it. You just got to be smart. You do need to get smarter, but you got to be smart. That's it.
Black women who are just focused on dating black men.
Basically, he says if you want to exclusively date black men that haven't been to jail, make over 6 figures, is at least 6 foot tall, and actually is open to being in a committed relationship, your chance is 1 in 250.
Do with that information what you will. May the odds be ever in your favor.
1 in 250. That's not 1 in 100,000. That's not lotto chances. You have a chance to find a black man making some money. I don't know. You guys tell me. Am I wrong? Let me know down in the comments how you feel about it.
My interest in dating another black man is like 1% at this point.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
When I first got back into the dating scene, I thought my chances of being with a black man was slim to none. And I remember talking to my aunt and uncle about it, and my aunt was so sad, and she said she has lost faith in black men. Meanwhile, my uncle was like, just let her go date him. Let's see how she connects. Personally, I believe that the creator generalized her statement to all black men because who she is dating right now are black men. But I also believe that this is just a case of frustration when dating. It doesn't matter who you date, whether they're black, white, Asian, whatever race and or ethnicity, dating is going to be frustrating because 98% of the men that you meet are not going to be meant for you. And trust me when I say that dogs come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. She goes into detail talking about ride or die men, men that don't commit, men that weren't supporting her, men that weren't intentional with her, men that lacked money. That sounds like a subconscious love block. It's a subconscious love block when you continue to attract the same man in a different body. It is the reason why I told women, date outside of your type. And women try to drag me for it. by thinking I was saying date ugly men. No, that is not what I meant at all. Date the attractive man, but also date someone that is different outside of your usual type. I'm with an amazing black man who understands hypergamy, who wants to provide, protect, who wants to give me the option to not have to work after we have kids, because I was very intentional with the men that I
Smart.
began to date.
Yeah.
And based off of the men that she has listed in their qualities, it sounds to me that she, one, has a subconscious love block, but two, that she is not intentionally picking men
She going
that
deep.
are in alignment to where she is within her life and what she wants.
Tell them.
This is why it's so important for women to stop being so understanding, stop trying to force things and make things work. Just learn how to move on very quickly. Roll
Ooh.
through the men very quickly. The second that
Yes.
something seems like it's off, it seems like there's some tension, just move on. It's not meant for you. It's not God
Yes.
ordained, because it should feel easy. It should feel natural. Also, it's very important for women to learn how to detach from the outcome. Dating should be fun, but you're making it harder for yourself and you're creating the disappointment for yourself because you want this man to be your husband after the first date. Dating is not like that. But also make sure that you are very clear through your actions as well as verbally on what you are looking for from a man and the type of woman that you are. This is why it's important to keep your standards high and your boundaries even higher. But I wish the creator well on her dating journey. She will find her Prince Charming and it will begin to click for her. All of the best towards her.
No. I know that creator. I actually reacted to her, or her. I reacted to her, but probably 2 videos ago. She's not changing. She doesn't like herself because she's black and white. Oh, I wish my parents wouldn't have done it. Like, what are you talking about? You are who you are. But anyway, this girl is right. I started dating like that when I gave my life to God. I said, if a woman is not trying to live like this, I can't be around her. And soon after, I met my wife. You gotta date how she said. That's what men tell women. There's so many guys out there that are ready to date like that. A lot of them have decided to get their passports and leave. But yeah, they were willing. But they're still around. You can find them. Same thing with no. I take that back. I mean, you can if you scour, but you can find them. You can find them.
That no one asked about, but when it comes to dating black men and black women, and black men saying black women expect too much out of them, is so crazy to me. Because if there's one thing I know for a fact, black women are so considerate. Like, in order for us to really decide we no longer want to date y'all, it's because of y'all.
It's not my fault.
We want to date black men. We want to be with y'all. But what I'm noticing is that most black men do not know how to communicate effectively. Let's say, for an example, you're dating someone new and this girl expects X, Y, and Z from you, whether it be from you bringing flour, you know how to communicate, you planning dates, right? And let's just say as a man, a black man, you never had to experience that. Maybe because from your previous relationship, you were never required to do those things. Or maybe that is just not what you know. Instead of you just saying, hey, I really like you. I would love to get to know you. I would love to, learn. There's certain things that I do not know. For instance, I'm bad at communicating. When it comes to romantic, planning dates, that's not something that I'm good at. However, I'm willing to learn if you can just be patient with me. Do y'all know how many black women will really wait for y'all? We give y'all grace because you really communicated with us, and we will actually teach y'all how to love us. That's the thing. We don't mind teaching. We just got to know, are you willing to learn? Are you willing to put in the effort? But y'all be quick to be like, we're expecting too much. Just because the last person you dated did not require much from you does not mean I got to do that. I'm not. You got to open your mouth to tell me what you are not good at and what you are willing to get help with. Y'all don't want to get help. You don't want to go to therapy. You don't want to go to a dating coach. You don't want to do anything. You just want us to accept whatever it is that you are giving us, and that should be good enough. And I'm sorry.
See what she just did? Making demands. Look, You can't demand a man. Guys are moving at their own pace. They're adjusting. Guys are on their pivot right now because they have to be on their pivot foot. They don't know what to expect. And you're right. You're probably right somewhat. Some guys do need. Actually, no. You want the Chaz to do that. You don't want regular black men to do that. She's still chasing Chads. She can't give him any leeway. I was giving her leeway, right? But she's not the one to give leeway. I don't trust you. You on TikTok. Seriously. You got to be like that.
Real talk.
One of my followers that's been rocking with me for a long time, Dr. T, she said, this is the perfect time to let black men lead. I'm going to be real with you, sister. A lot of black women don't believe that these brothers can lead.
You're the strong, independent woman.
And I'm going to tell you how I know. I know because of all of the excuses that they make for them. That's how I know they don't believe that these men can lead. If you believe that these men can lead, then you would believe that they are competent enough to achieve shit without your help. You would believe that there is no excuse in the world that can stop a leader from achieving and accomplishing shit. If you've ever worked in leadership professionally, you know that your superiors do not want to hear excuses for how you didn't meet the mark, for how you didn't meet the objective, for how you didn't accomplish what it was that you needed to accomplish. Okay? You can't blame your subordinates in leadership. You can't blame your staff, your team under you in leadership. They don't want to hear that shit. You will be out of a job. They want stable, a lot of black women, they want stable, upright, educated black men. They want emotionally intelligent, right? Black men to take control of the situation and be confident and make shit happen. But then they are always sabotaging that from happening. They're always sabotaging that shit from happening, right? A great example of it was the Black Men College Discourse. That was a brother who was talking about what he felt was an issue. Who came and started obstructing the goddamn conversation and getting in the way and making excuses of why these brothers, these intelligent, capable brothers, can't accomplish these things? Black women. Listen, I'm tired. I'm not gonna sit around here and fuck around and lie. Not anymore. Because y'all won't educated brother. A brother tried to increase education within brothers, and y'all came and told him why they don't need to have education. Listen. The community is not going to go into a proper and effective direction until folk figure out what the fuck they actually fucking want. What the fuck they actually goddamn want. Like, what y'all want for real? What y'all want for real? And I believe that black women, a lot of black women...
I'm going to stop it right there because she goes on to talk for a little longer. But because I want to answer what they want, right? They want total control. But they thought the degrees, them getting degrees, were going to give them that. And it doesn't, because they're not doing anything with them. It's kind of like they're dead in the water with those degrees. All they can say is, yeah, I'm smart because I got this degree, and it's hanging on my wall. They want to show it to the kids. That's their trophies. They walk around all day, shooting themselves up because they got them degrees. And it's sad. As she was explaining what's going on in the black community, but I don't think it can never go back. It will never be the same.
This happened. I went on a date with this man today. He brought his kid. He brought his son. I love kids. I got kids of my own, y'all. He went into the Look, I don't even know how to flip the camera, baby. He went into the wine store. Y'all could probably see he went into the wine store to get me a little wine. But he left the kid with me. Bitch, he left the kid with me. What the fuck am I supposed to do? I don't even know the little nigga name, and he been yelling at me since his daddy walked out the fucking car. Hey, are you good? Are you good? Huh? Where's your dad? Your dad went in the store? Yeah, what's up? What's up? Are you good? Yeah, we at the liquor store. We at the liquor store, baby, with your daddy.
I mean, the guy had his kid in the car. He's actually going to get liquor with you. And what is he doing exactly? It seems like he's treating you like a bust down. Why would he be getting liquor with you? Seriously, are you smoking blunts with him? What are you doing? I mean, I've lived like that before. I've done it before. Girls like her, you know, they're not around for a long time, but guys use them for a good time. That's probably happening with you.
It's an evil world we live in, but hey, I'm gonna keep living.